This is Mark and Ellen just reaching out to you a second time from our home on a Wednesday evening. Glad you could all join us. This is just a chance to reach out while this whole COVID thing is going on, to wish you well and send you off to bed peacefully, I hope. And this week we're picking up on the theme from last week when we talked about peacefulness at the center of any group of people. This is going to be talking about peace at the center of each one of us as individuals. And the reading Ellen has tonight is one of the accounts of when the disciples were in a boat on a storm, in a storm on the Sea of Galilee, and Jesus came walking to them on the water.
Immediately, he made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, to Bethsaida, while he sent the multitude away. And when he had sent them away, he departed to the mountain to pray, for the wind was against them. And about the fourth watch of the night, he came to them walking on the sea, and would have passed them by. But when they saw him walking on the sea, they supposed it was a ghost, and cried out. For they all saw him and were troubled. And immediately he talked with them and said to them, "Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid." Then he went up into the boat to them, and the wind ceased, and they were greatly amazed in themselves beyond measure, and marveled.
So the reading that I have for you from Swedenborg's writings tonight is a teaching that talks about the fact that when we are in a fearful state as individuals, there is still a peace and calm at the center of our being, and that is actually the Lord's presence with us. And were it not for that state of peace and calm at the center, even when things feel tumultuous, we wouldn't even try to stand up and fight in times of spiritual trial. So this is a teaching which talks about worldly cares and anxious concerns, and also spiritual trials and conflicts that we can undergo at the hands of, quote, the devil's gang. But despite this, Swedenborg writes, a state of peace exists deep within them. Were it not for this peace deep within us, we would not put up any fight at all. For in all the conflicts we experience, we see that state of peace as the final goal. If that goal was not in view, we would never have the power and strength to fight. And this is also what enables us to overcome. And since this state of peace is the final goal, we also enter that state once conflicts are past. It's like the state of spring that follows. Simply keep the faith as we continue through this time of our country and our world. There is a spiritual springtime and dawn that are just around the corner. Good night, everyone.
Good night.